and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Weigh-In. I am one of your hosts, Julian Tydus, and we have...
Emil Novak.
Emil Novak. So the title of today's episode is Ripe Content. So we're going to start off with the definition of ripe. So
bring it on.
The definition of ripe is developed to the point of readiness for harvesting and consuming. So keep that in mind, people. So since I coined the term ripe content, it doesn't exist out in the marketing landscape, since it's not in the social lexicon. So before the dialectic value judgments come up, let me give credence to the term.
Please do.
So you have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google, Yahoo, Bing, YouTube. The one commodity that they all share is trending topics. Trending topics are currently popular or widely discussed online, mostly on social media platform topics. So the thing about trending topics is it's the flavor of the month. It's what's in the now. It's the moment, And there's power in that, because anything that's in that trending, everybody's looking for it. It's the hot item right now. So like if you align with that, if you attach yourself onto that, you're going to get some traffic. You're going to get some exponential growth.
Before all these things that you were talking about came out, what was the popular way people found out what was the best way things were trending? They'd have like exit polling from political things, or they did research groups, and they were able to find data, and that's how they did it before. They were able to do it in a digital fashion. But now people are able to find out exactly what people want, and that's exactly what we're trying to reference. There's a negative side to it, too, which is related to the internet, but we're not necessarily talking about that. We're talking about the virtues of what it was all meant to be from its inception, and we still believe it's there. You just have to work to find it. Avoid the bad stuff.
Absolutely. They also share what is called cross-integrated propagation, which in layman's terms, to simplify that shit, is if you share it on Facebook, you share it on Instagram. If you share it on Instagram, you share it on Twitter. If you search for something on Google, you'll probably search for it on YouTube. If you search for it on YouTube, you'll probably search for it on Bing.
Oh, sure.
So you get that. Okay, if you get a funny social media meme and you share it on your Facebook page, if you have an Instagram, you're going to share it on your Instagram. If you have an Instagram and you also have a Twitter, you're going to share it on your Twitter. So it allows for the dissemination of whatever the product, service, or whatever you have. It allows for like a bigger dragnet to grab more people.
Well, it's true that the dragnet is big and it does grab a lot of people, but it ties in a lot of things that get a little out of control. And personally, for me, what I do is, and you probably follow some of the things I do also. I don't necessarily retweet or repost an Instagram or a Facebook piece. It's something that doesn't really come from my direction or from my brain, because that's some of the things that I try to avoid, which are the pitfalls or the quicksand of the internet.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't careful, you're going to end up being in as bad as anybody else, or who's not really contributing to Evergreen. All they're doing is showing you, like I showed you my oatmeal in the morning. I showed you my cheeseburger or grilled cheese in the afternoon, and my fancy salad in the evening. And I didn't show you anything else. And there's no Evergreen.
That's true. So ripe content also inspires high arousal, deep desire, and immediate emotional connection. So
that's intense.
Yeah, that's definitely intense, and it's because it's instant gratification related.
Sure.
Say some big celebrity had a faux pas. They did something wrong. Everybody wants to know about it. Everybody wants to talk about it. So like everybody's aroused. Everybody's titillated. Everybody's like in sync with this one idea. It's not evergreen, so it's not going to last. People, it's only something that people are going to talk about for a week, and then like they're going to move on.
Well, are people just not that smart or don't care about absorbing information? Are they getting dumber by the minute? I mean, how come they're more enamored? Not everybody, but how come a lot of people are so enamored by just that? You just stated, as opposed to the benefits of what we're trying to state of what it's really all about. Why is that?
It's because it satiates the need for instant gratification,
yes.
which triggers that release of dopamine production in the brain.
It's like you said, like photographing your lunch or whatever the hell you... Yeah, gotcha.
So you're like, oh, shit, everybody's talking about this. Oh, I want to talk about this. I post it. I get a couple likes. That's, that spikes up my dopamine. Now I feel good. But it's not medicinal.
It's not good as you really think it is. You're right.
It's not really a long-term fix for what you really need. It's not evergreen.
Or let me ask you this question: Are people just? Is it really that bad that they need that much of a fix? The dopamine buzz kind of going on. Is it really that bad?
The dopamine buzz is an addiction, and people definitely need it. And we're probably going to do a whole episode on that in the future.
Yeah, we talked about that. It's a good idea.
Yeah. So human beings being social animals, and I like to bring up 2 books on the subject, which both are titled The Social Animal. One by Elliot Aronson and one by David Brooks. Like if you want to learn about people being social animals, those are the top 2 books to read. And
are these connected to digital sociability or non-digital?
It connects to everything.
Because I really like to read a little bit more about how people did a lot of the stuff prior to that. It wasn't hard copy.
I own both of those books, so I can definitely
I'll
get those.
Yeah. Over the wintertime, I'll definitely borrow those 2.
Definitely. So being social animals, we want to be in the loop.
Yeah.
We want to be in the know.
Feel important.
We gain social proof by staying up on current affairs. It projects status amongst the tribe. So being able to share that, that ripe content, it, like I said, it projects that status. Like, this guy's in the know. This guy's an authority right now. He's in the loop. He's in the buzz. He's what the tribe is talking about. So you get that slight, or probably you get that high dopamine boost, but it's not gonna last forever. It's not evergreen. But it gives you that once again, like tying back in, it gives you that instant gratification. So it's easy to be drawn into that. It connects you to online tribes, and it makes you feel a part of an impeccable gestalt, Mm-hmm. So you don't feel alone in the world, So there's that seduction.
Yeah,
right,
everybody needs somebody.
Everybody definitely needs somebody. But like I said, the problem with the ripe content is that it's the hot take.
Yeah, it's a little weak in the proper sense of an evergreen aspect. It's there, but it's a little bit shallow.
Yeah, by design, it's got a short shelf life.
Yeah.
But nobody, because you want the immediate satisfaction
from it, right.
Like you just never pay attention to that.
I see a negative side to that to some extent. Obviously, the ripe is good for a limited, fast type of a buzz or a little hit or something.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily the way to go. I just hope that people will consider combining both together. It'd be a very good thing to do.
And the brain craves novelty, so ripe content delivers that, right off the muscle, right off the back. So like I can see how people are seduced by it, but you gotta step back from that. And it's volatile, and that volatility, it gives the ability to spread fast and intensely, but only for the short term. Like you don't want to make ripe content be like all that you do.
It's like a mini pandemic.
Yeah, it's too hard to stay up on that stuff like for so long, and like you can only get that short hit. Nobody's coming back to that. Like once it's done, it's done.
Yeah, then it all starts tomorrow or later that evening. Somebody will post something else. One of those Kardashian girls will show us their butt implants or something. I don't know. One of the sisters did that the other day. I happened to catch that. It's like
we're gonna talk about that offline. But so if you're lucky, you can go viral. The definition of going viral is an image, video, or link that spreads rapidly through a population by being frequently shared by individuals.
Yeah.
We all know shit that goes viral.
Sure.
Everybody's sharing it.
Yep.
Everybody's posting it, reposting it, retweeting it. Now, to let people know, going viral is defined by the generations of dissemination. So, say you have the first gen. It's 10 people that actually stumble upon the actual content.
We call it that? First 10 people? Yeah.
Yeah. And this is broad stroke.
Sure.
So those 10 people, maybe they shared to 10 people. So second generation is 100. Third generation turns to 1,000.
It just multiplies
Fourth
excessively.
to 10,000. Fifth, 100,000 orders of magnitude, and not necessarily in those exact numbers.
Right, but it can spread like that and be out of control, and hence it's called
and
viral.
that's why it's called going viral. So one of the secrets to going viral is to be a first adopter. Being on something that's about to go hot, like we did that.
Sure.
If you go back to our first arc, we did a lot of that Avenger stuff.
Yeah.
It was hot take shit,
we knew we were doing it. It made sense.
Yeah, we definitely knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
And it, and we'll talk about why that worked, but
at least it was stuff we loved, though.
Yeah, and it was definitely stuff that we loved,
I think we did take advantage of the benefits in a positive way.
Definitely. But it's gonna take guesswork, So you're gonna have to be able to look at, say a movie comes out, maybe you do movie reviews and you want to be like, okay, let's do a movie review. Maybe this movie's gonna go make $1 billion at the box office. You got to develop that pattern recognition, and I feel like we have that. Like
I think we have, yeah.
We call Spider-Man, we call Avatar surpassing.
Sure, Midsommar, Spidey.
Check our receipts, baby.
Oh yeah,
we crushed it.
Even with Joker, we did Joker. 4 weeks after everybody else was doing episodes, our episodes came out, and people are still eating it up. It's a beautiful episode.
Yeah, and we already called the fact that Joker's going to do $1 billion, and right now it's at it's 14 million away from going to $1 billion, so it's pretty much going to $1 billion.
Yeah, peanuts.
Before
Thanksgiving for sure.
You definitely have to be a Sherlock Holmes of popular subjects. Read reviews, read the comment sections. If the brand is winning, most likely it's going to continue the win. If a song is banging in the club, it's a good sign. There are certain cues by the environment that's going to let you know, what's viral and what's going to continue to be viral.
And sometimes you can actually help sometimes you can help to create viralness that can come right from you too. I mean, don't be always a follower. Sometimes be an originator.
Yeah, if you create something
don't be an explorer. Be an originator.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. If you create something that's so brand new, so exotic, that nobody's done it before, you have the high chance of going viral.
And you have to know people, too. You can't be just a regular schmo out there, male or female, and you find something you think is going to go viral. You have to be engaged by talking to people who are doing important stuff. You got to connect yourself properly. If not, you're going to be just somebody who doesn't really know what's going on. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't actually go any further than they do on some of their stuff.
Because they don't want to connect. I definitely agree with that shit. Now you make me want to do some research on that, Definitely. Anything that sparks outrage, and
controversy, political,
anything these days sparks outrage. Anything that gets the nationwide conversation going is definitely something that can go viral. So, damn, I think we pretty much covered everything that we had to cover on Ripe Content. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think we've been able to unpack it in a very nice way. There's a lot more included in these this episode that we're going to address upon in the future. So please keep an eye on other things. We're gonna build a little bit more, add a little more informational to more specific subjects, and I think we're going to look even deeper than most people aren't looking.
Oh, absolutely!
And
definitely.
I think you'll enjoy what we find and our findings will give you. You're going to be impressed.
Yeah. So once again, if you enjoyed this content, please, if you're on YouTube watching this, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, leave a like, leave a comment. We would love to hear what you have to say. I want to give a shout out right now to my homegirl, November Wolf. If you go to our channels page, she's in there. A shout out to our boy Rod from Just a Rican and his comics. Yep. He just hit over 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to Rod.
Way to go, bud.
Shout out to our boy Mike Mullen, who was on our, culmination episode, our arc ending 30th. My boy Roleek, my boy D'Angelo. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
All the above. Even though I haven't met some of those people, but everybody that listens to this station.
Big Norm.
Oh yeah, Norm Zinski won an award. For Queen City Comic Fandom Award.
That was amazing.
It was a good time.
That was a good time.
Yeah, our friendship is so huge. We know so many people that obviously when we give shout outs, we're going to obviously overlook certain people. But if you're listening to us and you know us, we love you. We're always thinking about you, and we'll try to call you out as we can.
Yeah. Thanks everybody. That was the weigh-in.
Boom.
Fucking boom. people keep coming back to it. No matter what we do, no matter what episodes that we put out, Learn from Your Enemies is steady.
We believe from day one, since we've been friends, that
good call, by the way, brother.
When we got a chance to put together, a podcast and be able to talk about the things that we believe in and what we love and want to share the love and the knowledge that we have, it came together beautifully. And that first episode really summed it up. And here we are, about approximately a little over 40 episodes later with all our regular episodes.
7 months right now.
About 7 months. Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
We were talking about, like, in terms of a year later or by the end of December 31st, 2019, maybe we'll have like 700, 500, views and whatnot. But I think it's grown because we put our heart and soul into it. And everything we're talking about here in our Evergreen content, in our Red content, and this particular episode, sum up what we're all about. You can judge us. We might, maybe we're a little off the cuff. We laugh a little bit, drink too much.
Definitely.
We're not out of control. We're just normal people, and we're trying to tell you out there, the normal people.
Yes.
This is all it takes is just to absorb this information. Please give me some more data on this, please.
Yeah. So definitely with the Evergreen content, I like the fact that you're going to garner the prestige of having quality material.